Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm so glad you guys checked in today. We have another amazing first look at a product from Moondog Labs. The special thing about Moondog Labs is they make amazing cages and also cases for your iPhone that allow you to adapt different filters and lenses, and in this case, we're looking at Moondog Labs, their cage system for the Sony RX0II and using their amazing anamorphic lens. In just a minute, we're going to do an overhead view and we're going to dive in a little deeper on this Moondog Labs cage. But as you can see, it's a really robust system, but it also allows you to access all the points, and we'll dive a little deeper into it. And we're going to show you an overhead view right now, as well as some content that I took with the Moondog Labs and the anamorphic lens. Okay, so here we are looking at the Moondog Labs cage for the Sony RX0II. And as I said, the fit and finish on this cage unit is impeccable. They have an RE rosette mount on the side here. You have numerous mounting holes for any kind of mounting that you may want to do. And I'll get into this stuff in a second. You have all your mounting holes on the underside. You have some lashing loops here if you need to put a wristlet on this or whatnot. All the access to all the ports that you need. You have your battery port right here, which is easily accessible. Right here with the cage on, not a problem. Not a problem for the back as well to access the rear screen, as well as being able to use this for a selfie too. So the cage doesn't get away in the way for a selfie. You can see where there's an indentation right on the top here, right near the logo, and that allows for you to actually look at the screen without it being any kind of distraction whatsoever. All your access to your function buttons up top, and also your access to your inboard mic port, your mic jack, and your SD card and other USB jacks as well. But here's kind of the star of the show right here, and this is the Moondog Labs 1.33 anamorphic lens. This simply screws on right in the front here, screws right on, and then you can make fine adjustments over, right over top of the lens right here like this. One thing that you need to do is take off the front protective element on your Sony RX0 and directly screw the cage onto the RX0 body itself, and that brings the lens just that little bit closer to allow the anamorphic properties to take place the right way and not be so distorted. That was something I had to find out on my own. I didn't really read anything. I just kind of went about it like I do most things when I get gear, and I just kind of went ahead and did my own thing and tried to figure it out, and that was the one thing that I did learn. But the lens is very nice, and as you can see, they give you all the accessories that you need. You get all your tools that you need. You get a lens cap cover, you get all your screws, you get a cold shoe mount that can be placed on top of the unit, your caps. There is another unit too that you can see right here. This is the plate for the RX0, that if you want to replace the plate, you can buy this as well. And this plate goes on top, and this allows you to access 52 millimeter thread mounts. So this will give you any kind of ND filter that you may want to put on your RX0, which in a minute I'll discuss that and why that's so important. And your instruction kit, you can use a QR code to figure out how to log on and do everything that you need right here. And you can see they give you a nice card there. But getting into this, let me just shut this off because battery life is not so hot on the RX0. Here's the problem, and none of it lies within having the Moondog cage on top of the unit. It has nothing to do with that. The problem is that the Sony RX0, although a powerful little 4K cam and great for vlogging and whatnot, it can be difficult to use when you're really trying to do anything filmic with it. I tried to take a few still photos because I'm a photographer. I am not a videographer by any means or any stretch of the imagination. I learn as I go, and I do my best for creating content, but the problem lies with the RX0 is, number one, the screen is so small, the buttons are so small, and when you're trying to do any kind of filming with it, it's really hard to see if your camera is exactly on the horizon or if it's skewed or not. So the one problem that I had, and specifically with obviously using an anamorphic lens, is that your image tends to be a bit skewed until you bring it into software and correct that in post, whether you're using Premiere Pro or Final Cut or whatnot. It's very easy to de-squeeze a 1.33. That's pretty much standard for the industry when it comes to these kind of lenses. And the great thing about this too is this is a very affordable option for you if you want to get into anamorphic. It will give you that anamorphic lens flare. You can see, the beautiful element on the front here. It has that nice curvature to it. It really will give you that effect. And again, for the price point, it's amazing. You can also, Moondog Labs makes all these cages for your iPhone, so you can get the same system for your iPhone, and you can actually place this on your iPhone lens and have anamorphic that way as well. I already had the Sony RX0, so I spoke with Moondog Labs, and they were kind enough to send this over to me to give a look at it. I wouldn't say I'm reviewing it. I'm kind of just giving you a overall first look or a fresh take on the unit itself, and you can take that however you would like. But like I said, the problem with this system has nothing to do with Moondog Labs. Their fit and finish on the steel, the finishing of it is amazing. It has an Arca Swiss mount built right into the floor of the unit right there, as you can see. All your access for flipping up the screen, they thought of everything. And like I said, the finishing is amazing. The lens quality is very nice. The problem with this, again, is it is such a small unit. You're at a constant aperture of f4, so you run into a lot of issues when trying to create any kind of filmic, any kind of movie or any kind of cinematic feel when you have an f4 and you can't stop it down or you can't open it up anymore. So you're really limited to the amount of light, give or take, that is available to you. So the one thing you can do, and obviously Moondog Labs solves that problem for you, is being able to add a variable ND filter to the front of this. Now that will take care of very strong lighting conditions and allow you to get that 180 degree shutter rule, which is optimal. But when it comes to low light, you're running into that issue where, you're at a constant f4. So again, no fault of Moondog Labs, just my overall impressions of trying to work with the RX0 Mark II. Now, again, as I said, I am not a videographer, so I will tend to shoot this just on full, right out the gate, standard, auto mode, and just allow it to do what it does. It tends to be a bit sharp. And again, what I've noticed with the still images as well as the video images is that the corners and the edges could be a little bit soft, and I don't find that to be the reason due to the anamorphic lens, rather than the fact that you are shooting at an f4, which is not really that stopped down. F4 still is a bit open, and you're going to expect some kind of softness in the corners at f4. This is a 1-inch sensor, so you are ahead of the game when it comes to things like GoPro cameras and whatnot. But overall, like I said, I'm not here to really talk about the camera so much, but just the products. Their delivery is amazing. I mean, it comes in the box, and it's all padded and everything, and all the tools are nicely wrapped. And like I said, Their thing that they have written on here is modern lenses with a vintage vibe. They are a really, really nice company to deal with. Their mission statement, our sole mission is to develop new tools for filmmakers and photographers who appreciate a combination of technical and quality and artistry. So I think they're nailing it. They have a quality product, very nice to deal with. They are active on social media. You can find all their stuff on Instagram as well as their website. And again, like I said, if you are not a Sony RX0 user, do not let that stop you from visiting the site. There's a little bit of everything for everybody. They have a lot of iPhone gear and cell phone gear that you can attach these lenses and filters to. And just really top-notch quality stuff. The best cage that I have seen by far, leaps and bounds. It really has a solid feel to it. Sometimes you get these cages from unknown sources, and you can tell that they're very hollow in their feeling. Even when it's a metal cage, but they feel kind of light. This is a substantial cage, and the fact that it mounts directly to the body, if I can show you those 4 screws, it mounts directly to where your existing faceplate is, just means all the difference in the world. And I hope you guys enjoy what little content I have. Like I said, I am not a videographer. I shot a few clips. Most of these are straight out of the gate with the anamorphic lens, and also some still images. All right, guys. Thank you, and have a good one. Stay tuned for the content. See ya.